Welcome everyone to Spilling the Tea with Estee and Marlene, where we serve the hottest tea. Join me and my baby stripper voice.
And me welcoming you all to eavesdrop onto our uncensored opinions. This platform is used to inform, laugh, and potentially inspire others to speak out about things we may all be thinking about but are too afraid to say out loud.
And don't forget, babes, if the shoe fits, wear it. All right, guys, welcome back to Spilling the Tea with Estee.
And Marlene.
We're back with another episode.
Jess.
I feel like we haven't recorded in so long that I'm always like awkward. Like the first like 2
The
minutes.
first like 2 minutes we're like, and then we're like, all right, bitch, like what you want to really talk about?
Yeah, let's talk the tea because we text. I wish our podcast was just text messages.
If it was just text messages, we would be fucking out of control. Like,
Probably canceled.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we were talking about. So, this episode, we're going to dedicate it a little bit to dating faux pas, I guess.
And just dating.
And dating. But it actually originated from a conversation I was having with someone that's really very close to me. And
it's not me.
It's not him. But basically this person, she's out there, she's dating different type of races, different type of heights, different type of shades. She's out there. And we were talking and she goes, oh, like I was making out with this guy, and this guy, the guy asked her, like, what is like one of your things that like it's a deal breaker?
Mid makeout?
Like after they were making out.
Oh.
Okay. And she goes, honestly, I'm going to be very forward. A small dick. So then he goes, oh, that's like no worries. Like that, you don't have nothing to worry about here.
Okay, show me.
So then like he, I guess like showed off his imprint. And she was like, that shit was like a little fucking pinky.
Oh.
So
he thought he was mad confident, like
he was mad confident showing off the imprint, and then he goes, and she goes, that shit was a pinky. That shit was a nail.
What if he's a grower?
I mean, he could be a grower. That's happened to me
before.
before.
Like he wasn't like.
So I have a story.
Was he like hard when he went like that, or?
Well, he should have never brought attention to himself if he was saying you don't have nothing to worry about. Like you should have been hard and showing off.
Well, it's like when guys like take pictures and they show off like their print. Like you definitely like play with it a little, so it gets like semi-hard, so you can see it more.
If you're going to fix me. If you're gonna be showing off and like just be fucking like be ready, like stand on business about it. But I must say that I agreed with her.
Okay, so
did
she keep talking to him? Is he?
So she kept talking to him for a little bit, but then he started lying about little shit, and then she cut it off.
Whoa, he was lying about his little dick.
That should have gave it away. Like, if you're lying about your dick, stop dating. Stop dating the person. Just cut him off. Just be like, no. But I want to say that in my past life, I actually did cut off somebody because it was a small dick. But then years later, I saw him again and we were dating, and he actually showed me that he was a grower.
Oh.
So then I was like, damn, I was 19 already cutting him off. Years later.
No, you always have to see it fully erect. I mean, it's going to go inside fully erect.
So I was just like, damn, like I just cut him off, like gave him no chance because he was a grower. But yeah.
It grew?
But yeah, many years later, he showed me that it grew.
Okay.
And it was great.
All right.
But I agree with my really good friend that for me, a turn off is a small dick. Like, it's not going to work.
All right. Like.
But we got to define what's a small dick.
I was going to say, like, is it small, like universal small, or like.
What is the universal? What is that universal?
So the average penis is what, like 5 to 6? So like big as anything that, and like small would what be 3? I probably got all these measurements wrong, but
I think the average is 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Inches, just so that we're clear.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm not taking nothing less than 7. I'm sorry, like, because even a 5, no, it's just not gonna work.
Okay.
And it's just like, no. You're good to like go out on a date. Like imagine like you really like somebody, they really like share a lot of things with you. Everything is just vibing. You guys are having a great conversation, and then he just like pulls out 5 inches.
But what if it's like 5 inches and like a
Girl,
tongue that like it's like a power drill?
that's happened to me before now. But no, like what is a turn off for you? Like what is like a no go? Like you're just not like you're just like no baby, like no, that's it. Like we're cutting it off.
How much time do we have?
Give me top 3.
Uh,
Top 3.
like
Like
actions, physicality.
give me 2 actions and give me 2 physicalities that you're like it's just not going to work.
Um, okay, so physicality. I'm sorry if you're a short king, it ain't gonna happen.
But what's short? Because
First of all, I'm 6'2". Truly, anything below 6'2" is short. But in a world that like I have to compromise, anything below 5'9" is short. For me. If you want to do national average, if you're 5'7", you made a king. To me, like anything below 5'9" is just a short king.
so you're willing to date somebody 5'9" and up.
Yes.
If the person has everything going on, he's like, I'm gonna take you away to like Europe. I'm gonna take care of you, baby, whatever you want.
5'2". 5'2" is good.
Like he's willing to like just give you everything you want, mentally stimulating you, um, like material likes to take care of you, just like the way that you take care of yourself. He's able to provide it and even more. But he's like 5'5".
It's probably not gonna work out because I won't be attracted. It's like I'm dating a spinner. Sorry. It's just not. It's just not gonna work.
To be honest, you're 6'2" and you're willing to date somebody that's 5'9". I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
compromise.
that's a good compromise.
In a perfect world, yeah, 6'5", and I would be fucking dying happy. If you're 6'7", I would take care of you.
Ooh.
If you're 5'7", you gotta take care of me. But yeah, like that's a big thing.
Okay.
Like height is a big one. So like one of the actions would be nothing turns me off more than a cheap man.
But what is a cheap man?
A man that's cheap.
But like, what is a cheap like? A man that like just like what if like he took you out to like Applebee's?
No, that's not like you take me out to Applebee's and you tell me like get whatever you want. Chilling, I'm happy.
Okay.
A cheap man is a man that like penny pinches everything.
Oh no, yeah, I can't.
That turns me off. So like I fall into a lot of like YouTube like holes, and I fell into this one hole of like I think it was like a financial series of like how like people my age like manage their finances because I really need help managing
That's a good
my finances.
flow.
I mean, I live in New York, so like
You got to.
I got to, but I didn't get no help from those videos. But there was this one guy, I forgot what his income was. It was not a low income. I think he made like over, I don't know, whatever. He made like a good income. But he was just like, describe how he spent all his money. And he was like, oh, like, I'm very meticulous about my money, this and that. He was like, I signed up to be secret diner.
Okay.
So you go to restaurants and you like, like
You dine and
you
then-
dine and you rate them on food, whatever. So he's like, that's how I take my girlfriend on date night. And like you're taking me as a date night as work, like it ain't gonna happen. But those secret diners come with like a stipend of like it's $100 you have to spend.
Okay.
You're not about to take me to a restaurant and tell me, babe, you cannot get the lobster because it goes over the fuck. No. No, like you're taking me on a date through a fucking company? No. Baby, it's not going to work. It's not. It's not going to work.
I was gonna say somebody that's cheap is like somebody that, because I like to like live lavish, but I also recognize that I don't have a lavish income.
You ball on a budget.
Yeah, so I ball on a budget. But if I really want to do something, then that's what I'm really gonna do. But there's people that like they're like, let's take the MTA at 2 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely not.
No.
I'm not doing that. I'm not risking my life. I will happily pay an Uber.
Yeah.
I will happily no.
There are people that refuse to take a taxi.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I live in New York. The MTA works 24 hours. I refuse to take a taxi. I refuse to be seen with you.
I refuse to
And
be.
that's my prerogative. I refuse to ever be around you.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
Your Uber, right? Your Uber story. Where you took the Uber pool?
Oh. Yeah. I miss Uber Pool.
You're like, I'm gonna take this Uber pool.
All right. So the story is I was going to go get some dick. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to take an Uber. And then he got to pay for the one back. So I took an Uber Pool because it was like back in the day, Uber Pool glory days. It was like
Yeah, it was great.
you would go somewhere for like $11.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to where I needed to go for like $12. So it was like perfect. So I'm going on my married way to go get like
Some
bang
tea.
bang like a chicken cutlet and living my best life. And then we do like 4 stops to pick up 4 different bitches. And it took me like 45 minutes to get somewhere where I could have been in 15. But I was like, whatever. I eventually got there. And when I was leaving, he was like, let me call you an Uber. And I was like, Uber Black. He was like, oh, okay. And then he ordered it. And I was like, baby.
You got this bomb ass bussy.
Yeah, you're not about to send me home in nothing but an Escalade. Because I gave an Escalade performance.
You're like, this bussy was good. Send me that fucking black.
Yeah.
But that's what it reminded me of.
But yeah, a cheap man would just turn me off. Like, again, like, I am a high-low type of bitch. I love...
Oh, wow. One just came to my mind.
About me?
No.
Oh.
About a man.
I am a high-low type of bitch. Like, take me somewhere to eat, but I am also, like, I love a chain food restaurant. Like, I love Chili's.
I haven't been there in years.
Like, I love a Chili's. Like, so, like, if you take me out to eat there...
I know you really love Applebee's because you took my card.
I love Applebee's.
You took my card to Applebee's by mistake.
So, like, if you take me to Applebee's and it's like, oh, let's just get whatever. All right, cool. Like, I'm happy. But if you start being like, all right, so we're going to get the 2 for, like, they have, like, the 2 for 20 meal.
Yeah.
But they have tiers. So it's like 2 for 20, 2 for 25, 2 for 33. If you tell me, like, all right, you just got to get the 2 for 20. No. They don't have options. So, no.
I let you slide with being at a chain restaurant, but you're not going to control what I eat, too.
So, yeah, a cheap man would just turn me off.
I agree.
That's a big turn off for me. One time I paid the bill entirely. Because
to prove a point.
Because this guy was like, oh, like, so I got this drink. And he was like, oh, like, the appetizer was split. And I was like, baby, it's okay. I got it. And he was like, oh, like, you don't, it's fine. And he was like, oh, are you sure?
It's okay.
It's okay. And then I never called him again.
I love that.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going to fucking show you how the fuck is done. And then you're not going to have any access to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say.
And then I filed fraud on my card.
like, I hate, and this is like after you like date somebody for some time. I hate a selfish man.
Oh yeah. Who likes a selfish man?
I hate a selfish man, but because of my experiences. Why I say that? Because when you're in love, you're like blind, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're tú no ves. So you know what I hate, as my dad loves to say, un hombre que soba más el carro que la mujer. And there are these men out here that they will spend thousands of dollars on their car, but then have a problem or thinking twice about spending the same amount of money on a woman. I'm good. Mm-hmm. If you have no problems dropping 2 G's for some new rims, you have $2,000 to take me out on a nice vacation, to buy me a nice piece of a bag of jewelry, whatever it is.
I know this story.
So I really hate a selfish man.
Yeah.
Like, no.
And then when it comes to that, I feel like everybody has their vices.
Mm-hmm.
Like my vice is nice shoes and nice bags, and your vice is tractors. Your tractor is 3K. My fucking bag is 3K.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your tractor better than my bag when you live in an apartment? Why I got a tractor? At least my bag I could take it anywhere. But yeah, when people judge people's like passions, like if you're into cars, like I don't care, buy 17 rims, switch it every time we go out.
Yeah.
Like, but don't judge me with like what I like.
What I like, but also like don't think twice about spending the same amount of money on your significant other who is your fucking partner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I hate. A selfish man is an action that I really do hate from a man.
Yeah.
And then also a man, well, dating wise, a man that always leads with sexual. Because when back in my previous life,
I like that. Mm,
but not always. Like I was talking to this one guy, and we're like, I met him off of Hinge. We FaceTime once because I always FaceTime because nobody's gonna catch me out here with a fucking catfish. And he was like, "Oh, what did you do today?" And I was like, "Oh, I went to the gym." And he's like, "So what did you wear at the gym?" Like, sir, like everything doesn't need to be a sexual thing. Like, you're trying to get to know me as a person.
Mhm.
You're trying to see like what is my routine. You don't need to be making my what I'm wearing to the gym so sexual.
Yeah, I've gotten that like you're having a conversation with people. They're like, "Oh, like what are you about to?" "Oh, I just got out the shower. I'm about to get ready." "Oh, I wish I was in the shower with you." Well, you're not. Okay, you weren't there 5 minutes ago when I was there. So, okay,
So
what's next? Like, sir. So I get that when people are just like,
overly sexual, like that means that you just want to like fuck, and I'm just
yeah.
like, yo, like
And if you do, just say that. But like
yeah,
a
like
lot of these guys like come in these apps like, "Oh, I'm looking for something serious,"
yo, they
and
be
then
lying on fucking Hinge out of their ass.
they send you a dick pic, and you're like, "Okay, thank you."
Yeah, like or like they just like come out of nowhere and like, yo, he's like, oh, like I wish I was there with you so I could eat you out. Like, senor, like
Yeah. Oh, they'll switch it. "What's your favorite color?" "Oh, I love brown. My dick is brown." And
brown.
they send you a picture. And you're like, okay.
That reminds me of the app you
Oh my God. Okay.
side story, guys.
So I have a friend that has a friend
Mm-hmm.
that he just got engaged. I think it was like in like Positano or definitely like Amalfi Coast. Got engaged on a catamaran. Got like this huge like diamond rock. Basically, he stole my life. Like, he's dating this guy, comes from like old money. Um, they travel like to the best hotels. Like, he stole my life. Like, that was supposed to be my life, and somebody took it from me.
Is the guy good looking?
Yeah, they were both handsome.
Okay.
So when my friend told me that, I was like, "Oh, like how did they meet?" And she was like, "Oh, they met on an app." I was like, "Which app?" Like, ask what app it is because I need to be on that same exact app. Because I am going to get engaged in Amalfi with a huge diamond rock on a catamaran. Like it's
I
my
can't
life.
wait to be there.
It's my life. Like my goal is to be a stay at home, and I think this guy's gonna be a stay at home because his man is like fucking loaded.
Okay.
So I'm like, what app? Like I need to meet this
The person.
person. So she goes like, let me ask him. So she said, the app is called Motto. It's MOTTO. If any of you guys have ever been on it. So I was like, okay, like let me sign up for it. And she said, oh, he said it's a hookup app, but like like he got lucky. And I was like, all right, cool. Like that didn't phase me because like Tinder is a hookup app for all genders. Like I know people that have gotten like married, like they met on Grinder.
Yeah.
That's a hookup app. Like even like Hinge is like a hookup app. Like people just so like
Hinge could be a hookup app.
so
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, like a hookup app, like cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on it I upload my pictures, and then like I was very like methodical of like what pictures I upload
You want it to be presented in a certain way.
because I also don't post like thirst traps of like me in a small swimsuit like crotch fully open, like dick to the side. Like I don't post those. I post like a picture of me at the beach, but I just want you to see like my body type because I don't want you to be like, oh, like I didn't know you were thick. No, like you saw me. Like I had a very nice scenic picture. Like like this is my body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was very methodical. I posted a picture of me like some of my travels, so they know I'm worldly. I posted like I posted a picture when I went to a gala. Very nice pictures. I took my time like really deciding what pictures are going in my profile. And then when I filled out my profile, I was like, I just put like, like this is like what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, like a long-term relationship, like this and that. Cool. Finally finished uploading my profile. I go like to the like part app. It's just dicks. Like everybody's like main profile, it's literally like a cock. And I was just like, there's no face here. There's 1,000 heads, but none of them are like the ones up here. I was like, what is this? And it was just like people saying their sexual position, um, this is my dick, size, like this and that. Like I was like, this is literally like a catalog to go get fucked. Like you literally can just go and be like, these are the dicks
This is
around
a phone
me.
book for dicks.
Yeah, these are like the dicks around me. I could just pick I want the pink one today and brown tomorrow. You just pick it off that. And I was like, and I'm not a prude, but I was just like, this is like a lot.
So you out here trying to be cultured.
First of all, I didn't have to put that much time into my profile because I was fully clothed in all my pictures.
Did you get anybody hitting you up though?
A lot of people wanted to see
What?
more.
They were like, oh,
They were like, because you can. First of all, I didn't really realize this when I'm making my profile, but they have like a private profile. I mean, a private album,
okay.
and I guess that's where you put like your more like explicit pictures. So people were like, "Oh, unlock your private album," and I was like, "Well, there's nothing there. Like, I'm not showing my butthole on an app. And if I'm gonna show that on an app, it's gonna be OnlyFans because we're cashing out. This is not being
I
given out.
agree.
This is not being distributed for free. So that app really like I was like, what is this app? If anybody has been on Motto, Motto, like the what's the experience? So then I told my friend I was like, you were not lying about hookup app. Like she was like, no, it's literally a hookup app, and I was like, okay, so like how many dicks did your friend bounce on until he found the rich one? She goes like plenty. I was like, all right, there has to be a different way because I am not trying to do a lot of bouncing. I am in my 30s. I have a little extra weight on me.
You look good, baby.
But I'm tired to bounce a lot.
Yeah. It's not the same hopping around in your 20s as hopping around in your 30s.
So yeah, so speaking of dating, when you're overly sexual, that app is
Yeah,
straight up like sex. I can call somebody right now and they can come here and fuck us.
You did say you were the Princess Diana of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate an overly sexual man. Like,
Yeah.
like just be forthcoming about what are your intentions,
And a
let's not
compliment,
hide it.
I've gotten compliments. Oh, like I'm sorry to be like so straightforward, but you have a beautiful body.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
do. That's why I put the picture. But thank you. That's fine. Damn, you have a beautiful body. I would like to like just flip it upside down. Excuse me. We don't even know if I want to see you.
Exactly.
What do you mean upside down?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, dating is.
It's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, like another deal breaker. I don't know. I feel like when I first got onto Hinge, I went out on my first date, and the guy was really cool. We had a great conversation. Well, first of all, I feel like I give good conversations, so one that's always like a good thing about me. But also, I just felt like physically, I was not attracted to him. He was like more skinny than what it seemed on the pictures.
Oh yeah, I like a thicker guy.
Yeah, and I was just
A
like,
little ham.
yeah, I was just like, I was like, and he was like, oh, like trying to still talk to me afterwards, but then I was just like, oh, like no, it's
Hmm.
like I'm not feeling you. So I feel like physical attraction is really, really
No, it
important.
has to. And one time my friend tried to pull some shit on me, and I probably talked about this already, but she was like, "Do you think you're a little shallow?" And I said, "Girl, a
Absolutely.
1000%. Like don't try to act like you discovered like the new like Earth. Yes, I am shallow. Like everybody knows it. I know it. You know it. Like everybody date knows it. Like I am shallow, and
You're
not shallow in a way that you have to look like a supermodel or like Idris Elba, but like I'm shallow in the way that like I want to be attracted to you.
yeah.
Like if I see you, I want to be so attracted. Like, damn, like my man look good. I can't wait to like find the corner and get on my knees.
I mean,
Like that's the attraction. It
you've been to
doesn't.
the beach with my boyfriend and I. Remember that when we came out and I was like, "Damn, you're looking good."
Oh, I was like, what are you saying? I was like, we're not swingers.
No, no, no. And I was like, "Oh, you're looking so good." And he was like, "I need to take a cab from here." Like he was like, "All right, I need to go." And I was,
Yeah, no, like you need physical attraction.
yeah.
I mean, that's to me. I mean, my friend classified it as shallow. I don't think it's shallow because I think you need to be physically attracted to your partner and
I mean,
physicality. Well, I can't even speak. I had a couple of these,
yeah.
but
Physicality is important.
it's subjective to the person. So
Exactly.
like, if you think your man look good and I think your man's butt ugly, live your life, sis. Live your life.
Trust me. Not all my friends have good looking mans.
No, her
But
friends don't. No.
all right.
So I know. So if we all know Marlene, you can be a little controlling.
So what?
Um, when you were on your dating phase,
Okay.
would you let a guy pick the location and the place or the restaurant, or would you be like, "Oh, I'm down for whatever, but I love fried chicken in 86th Street, and I like to get there at 6 p.m."
No. I've done both. So I've let the person. So first off, if you know me and my stories, I don't automatically give you a date. Like I do an interview. I do an interview with me, so that means like we see if like the vibe is good, if the conversation is good, and if it goes great, then great, you get a date. And the conversation is free, like you meet me at a public space. You're just out here giving the fucking dick.
Oh, I was trying to get comfortable.
And I have done both. So the first date that I went on, he couldn't pick, so I was like, let's just make it convenient for both of us and let's go to like 86th Street. And we went to Jacob's Pickles because I know
Mm-hmm.
that was good food. And then the other times I let the guy lead. Like I met this one guy at some brunch spot like by Harlem, and he was like, it was so loud. It was so loud. It was like a party brunch. And I was just like, did you not know that this was like a party brunch? And he's like, no, I just always see it from the outside. And I was like, sir, like you need to do your research. And then another guy, he took me out to this really nice restaurant in the Heights. And he like took his time and he was very thoughtful and detailed about where he was going. So I let them lead
Okay.
to see if it was like the vibes and if they're
Yeah.
listening to the conversations of what I
Yeah.
like.
I let them lead and I let them pick a restaurant, and if I don't like it, then I say something. Like I'm like, where do you? Oh, like oh, you plan it, like blah blah. And if they tell me like, oh, I'm gonna take you to Blend, actually you're not because I'm not going.
I was gonna say, is it because you've been there a few times?
I've been there a few times and it's just like not a romantic place. Like there's nothing about Blend that says like
No, it's more like,
that's somewhere you go with your friends,
yeah,
or if you're ratchet, that's your date spot.
yeah.
Not me. Um.
The food is good though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so that's just not somewhere that I would ever want to be taken on like
A
a
date.
first, second, third, fourth, fifth date. Um. I like when people listen. I had this one guy that I dated for a while until he got weird. And I said, "Oh, I love Italian food." He said, "Oh, what's your favorite like kind of Italian food? Like do you like like what kind of pasta, this and that. And then we're just talking. He said, I know a really good Italian restaurant. I was like, oh my God, like, what is it? He's like, oh, Patricia's on Morris Park.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I've been there and it's delicious. He was like, oh, like, let's go. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, Saturday. And I was like, yeah, Saturday works. He was like, how about 7:30? And I was like, oh, that time is good. And then he was like, reservations are made. And I was like, wow. Like,
I
he
love a man that makes a reservation.
makes a
Yes.
reservation, tells me like he truly listened. Like to me, like again, like you don't have to take me to like go eat at South Bay. If you listen to me, you say like, oh, you love sushi. Let me take you to my favorite sushi spot. It's local. It's very nice. I'm down. Take me.
Yeah. I love that. I
So
love
I
a person that listens.
so I like that.
What if the person shows up in like Tom's?
Oh God. All right. So there is nothing more of a turn off. Well, I have a couple turn offs when it comes to like men's fashion.
Why are you
And
you look so stressed.
I hate when a man wears Toms.
Okay.
I hate when people wear Toms in general.
I have a pair.
Okay, well, I hate when people wear I hate when you wear them too. I hate when people wear Toms. Um, they're just like not it. There's like a lot of things, but I am willing to bypass that you dress like shit if along the way you let me upgrade you.
Okay. I'm with that.
But the Toms gotta go right away. I also hate a man in an all red sneaker. Like all bright red sneaker, it's giving South Bronx. And it's not something you should ever give.
I think a red sneaker, an all red sneaker is a very acquired and particular taste
For the South Bronx.
for those that like an all red sneaker.
That live in the South Bronx.
I personally don't like all red sneakers.
Because you don't live in the South Bronx.
And you have to really be fashionable to pull off a all red sneaker,
Which nobody does.
except in the South Bronx.
Not even. So the reason why this came up is because my friend showed me a picture of her and her new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked great. Like beautiful couple. But I was like, oh, just those sneakers. Like they're all red. Like why? She goes like, oh, but they're Balenciaga. And I was like, baby, even Balenciaga makes mistakes. To quote Countess Luann. So just because it's designer doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, I hate a person that like wears all designer and then it don't make sense. Like you wearing all the labels and it's just like the clothes are wearing you basically.
Yeah.
So I hate that. Especially I like a man that like can pull off. You know, you could be hood, you could be casual, you can dress up. I love a person that knows how to like switch it up.
Yeah. So I'm willing to bypass style if you let me tweak you because style is where I shine. Style and personality. All right. So enough bashing the South Bronx. They take enough hits as they are.
Yeah.
So let's just close out and just give us like any comments if you have any deal breakers.
What are your deal breakers? What you can't stand?
If you like small penises, also like
tell us.
tell us why.
Or what do you consider to be small?
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
And if any of the gays have been on Motto, please let me know your
Oh my god.
your experiences, because I was a little taken back.
That was a lot, and you showed me, and I have no words. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a mouthful.
There's literally like 4 dicks like 3 miles away from here, ready to pound.
Yeah, that was intense.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for talking to us, listening to us. Listening to
Follow,
us.
subscribe.
Comment, share, and yeah, cock you later.
Thank you for listening to Spilling the Tea with Estee and Marlene.
Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform. Bye, guys.